Unmute your mic for him. Okay. Hello.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you ready?
Yes, I am, sir.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so you start from here. Okay. I count to 3 and do start. Okay. 1, 2, 3, set, go.
Jack Lee received his doctorate in science from a major university in the southern United States in 2020. The Chinese student said research opportunity remains strong in the US, but he planned to continue his work in Germany. Lee told VOA earlier in 2021 the part of his decision was because of the political environment in the US. Lee had good reason to feel that way. A recent year by an education policy group showed Americans are somewhat concerned about too many Chinese students coming to this to study. The American Council on Education ACE talked to 1,000 Americans in the first part of 2021. It found that 43% of the people in the survey said that they think international students take away place from American students. In addition, about 40% also said they think some international students are sent by their country to try and steal valuable US intellectual property. When China was used as an example, nearly 50% say it is a widespread problem. Karen Fisher write, okay, sir. Carrie Fisher write about international student for the Chronicle of Higher Education. Fisher said that the number of international students coming to the US grew by a large number in recent years. So international students, especially those from China, become a lot of more visible for people who live near colleges. They had become kind of caught up in the politics, immigration of the politics of sort of Chinese American political conflict. They got caught up in the politics of COVID-19 and school reopening a year ago. The Institute of International Education Open Door report said that number of international students in the US has increased from 7 million in 2011 to more than 1 million in 2020. In the same period, the number of Chinese students in the US has nearly doubled from 9 million to 37 million. Sarah Prater is the director of the government relationship for ACE. She helped write the report that came from the survey. She said it was important for ACE to learn how Americans feel about the international student. ACE, she said, wanted to know Americans supported the action and the world former President Donald Trump and his administration related to the international student. If they did, ACE wanted to make suggestions for how the administration of the President Joe Biden could make life easier for international students. In July, Board Secretary of the State Antony Blinken and Education Secretary Miguel Cardona talked to a group of international students at the Education USA Forum. Using video conferencing, Blinken said it is strongly in our national interest for the United States to remain the world top study destination for international students. And Cardona added that international education helps people around the world understand and effectively connect with each other. While while neither announced a new policy, Spritzer said the message show make a difference to the international student currently in the US and those considering coming. Spritzer added that one of the best things the Biden administration can do to help international students is to send clear messages. She pointed to a program called Optional Practical Training. The program permits international students working on a degree in science, technology, engineering, and math to stay in the US for up to 3 years to continue their training after graduation. Under Under the Trump administration, there had been rumbling that they were going to withdraw the program, which would been really problematic. Spritzer explained students make long-term decisions about their education and might not come to the US. A program such as optional practical training get taken away, and for students who already were in the middle of their study, it is difficult to deal with the past policy change. While the Biden administration is more welcoming with the international student Fisher, the higher education writer, said some issue remain. In August, the US welcomed international students, including those from countries under the COVID-19 restriction, back to the US around the same time. US government dropped its case against 5 Chinese scientists accused of lying on their visa application. They were accused of hiding their ties to the Chinese military. While the cases may not seem directly related to the international student, it can affect their behavior. Pitch- Pitcher added. Peter said she is looking forward to the next Open Doors report. She hopes the number will show the international students are interested in coming back to the US. We are very hopeful, Spreter said. The students are receiving that message that we are welcoming, we are open for business, and that the US in general, we support our international students. I'm Dan Peter.
Good job. Okay. So, all right. So let's see how.
I think it was difficult.
It's difficult. Okay. So there are some words that we will, let me see. The first one is, so I would love, oh wait, Jack Lee received his doctorate in science from a major university in the southeastern United States in 2020. The Chinese student said research opportunities remain strong in the US, but he planned to continue his work in Germany. Lee told VOA earlier in 2021 that part of his decision was because of the political environment in the US. Lee had good reason to feel that way. So you did good with this part. Okay. A recent survey by an education policy group showed Americans are somewhat concerned about too many Chinese students coming to study. The American Council on Education, ACE, talked to 1,000 Americans in the first part of 2021. It found that 43% of the people in the survey said they think international students take away places from American students. In addition, about 40% also said they think some international students are sent by their country to try and steal valuable US intellectual property. When China was used as an example, nearly 50% said it is a widespread problem. That the name is Karen Fisher. Karen Fisher, right? This one
Carrie
research
Fisher.
Fisher writes about international students for the Chronicle, this word, Chronicle
Chronicle.
of Higher Education. Fisher said the number of international students coming to the US grew by large numbers in recent years. So international students, especially those from China, became a lot more visible for people who live near colleges. They'd become kind of caught up in the politics of immigration, of the politics of sort of Chinese American. This word, how you read this word?
Go political.
Geopolitical, geopolitical conflict.
Geopolitical. Political.
They want geo. If the letter G and the E go together, we sound like G, not G. Geopolitical conflict. They got caught up in the politics of COVID and school reopening a year ago. The Institute of International Education Open Doors report says the number of international students in the US has increased from what? How do you read this number?
I just read 7 million. It's 7 million.
Is that million or thousand? How many zero here?
30.
So it's 1,000, not million. A million
Okay,
is
1,000.
60. Okay, so how do you read this number?
67.
Hmm.
67,000.
764,000
764,000.
in 2011 to more than 1 million in 2020. In the same period, the number of Chinese students in the US has nearly doubled from
904,000.
Try again.
1,900.
Try again. 194,000.
194,000.
Okay, how about this number?
372,000.
Yes, okay. Sarah Sprazer is Director of Government Relations for ACE. She helped write the report that came from the survey. She said it was important for ACE to learn how Americans feel about international students. ACE, she said, wanted to know if Americans supported the actions and words of former President Donald Trump and his administration related to international students. If they did, AC wanted to make suggestions for how the administration of President Joe Biden could make life easier for international students. In July, both Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Education Secretary Miguel Cardona talked to a group of international students at Education USA Forum. Using video conferencing, Blinken said, it's strongly in our national interest for the United States to remain the world's top studies destination for international students. And Cardona added that the international education helped people around the world understand and effectively connect with each other. While neither announced a new policy, Sprazer said the message should make a difference to international students currently in the US. And those considering coming, Sprecher added that one of the best things the Biden administration can do to help international students is to send clear messages. Let me move down. Where is that? Wrote it down. Okay, next. She pointed to a program called
Called.
Optional Practical Training. The program permits international students working on degrees in science, technology, engineering, and math to stay in the US for up to 3 years to continue their training after graduation. Under the Trump administrations, there had been rumblings
Rumbling.
that they were going to withdraw the program, which would
have.
and then in the contraction form we pronounce would have been really problematic. Surprises is planned students make long-term decisions about their education and might not come to the US. If programs such as optional practical training get taken away, and for students who already were in the middle of their studies, it is difficult to deal with fast policy change. While the Biden administration is more welcoming with international students, Fisher, the higher education writer, said some issues remain. In August, the US welcomed international students, including those from countries under COVID-19 restrictions, back to the US around the same time. The US government dropped its case against 5 Chinese scientists accused of lying on their visa application. They were accused of hiding their ties to the Chinese military. While the cases may not seem directly related to international students, it can affect their behavior, Fisher added. Sprecher said she's looking forward to the next Open Doors report. She hopes the numbers will show that international students are interested in coming back to the US. We are very hopeful, Sprecher said, that students are receiving that message that we are welcoming, we are open for business, and that the US in general, we support our international students. And then Friedel. Got it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in this one, should pay attention to the number because the number is very important, right? Let me see.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So again, if you see like 30, where's the number? Somewhere here. So 30, it will be 1,000, right? 60 will be million. Okay, so yeah, so those you just have several mistakes, like which is good. How do you feel about reading the news?
Reading, yeah, I found interested.
Yeah.
But
so
the biggest difficulty I have that I hesitate because I didn't do practice more.
Yeah. So now the one of the best thing to practice with pronunciation is to just find any English news. You can search in Google, maybe BBC News, maybe VOA News, or any news in English, even the news in your country. News is a little bit difficult to read because it has some kind of proper names, right? It has some like people name and places names. So if you're not sure about the names, you can search to see how people read those names, okay? Choose the one that easy. For example, if you are interested in computer science, right? So
Yes,
find the news about IT. Find the news about IT and try to read it. So this one, like the way we read is about less than 10 minutes. So this news should be no more than 10 minutes reading. If you read longer, which means your fluency still needs to practice, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so reading the news. So this one is about the international student, how the Americans think about international students, right? So in this
Yes,
news,
sir.
you can learn some information in this news, right? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that I will find a some kind of news like this for you guys. So usually what I do is every day I will read one news, right? It doesn't matter how
Yes, sir.
long, how short it is, but that is for your pronunciation practice purposes, right? So do that every day. And let me see if I can
Mm-hmm.
find the news for you guys, and I keep posting up there. So you just, if you're on Zoom with me, or yes, because you're on Zoom with me, so it's okay. I can have a time for you guys to read, especially Saturday. So, and then I will record, you listen to that news again, the news that you just read, and then continue to practice reading so many times, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So for this new, keep practicing it. Okay. Read it again and again and again till you feel, okay, I feel better. I feel good. Then you can move on to the next one. So for this week, just practice reading this one. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah, it can be more. Yeah, we can also improve our pronunciation, and there are so many words.
Yeah. And then now, yeah, so that is the way that you can practice. I will find out the website that you can help, you can listen to the news. You can listen and copy them or shadow whatever they just said that you read after that. But I try to find which one is better for you guys. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much that's it for today. And I'll see you tomorrow, Saturday. Class
Thank
on
you, sir.
Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye
Have a
bye.
good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.